All right, let's talk about Matthew Stafford and the Los Angeles Rams here, pulling off a huge win, and honestly, their defense deserves the lion's share of the credit here. No pun intended with Matthew Stafford and bringing up the Lions, but I already have a video talking about, Darnold did not play well on the other side of the ball. I thought the Rams defense also did play well. Both things can be true. But let's talk about Stafford, who I thought did some really nice stuff in this game. Now, it was a weird game in that it basically stopped being a game, at a certain point, all they were doing was just running out the clock. So we didn't get to see 4 quarters of great Matthew Stafford play because they didn't need it. They were able to run the ball in the entire fourth. But let's talk about why they got up so big in the beginning, and I really thought he played very well in this one. Let's start off with this play. You knew it was kind of the dilemma that you have going in if you're Brian Flores of, obviously, they like to play a lot of man coverage and blitz like you see they're doing on this play, but the issue is that the first time these two teams played, Stafford did really well against the blitz. Like here, you're going to see him take the snap, he looks over in Higbee's direction, fires, and honestly, this is not bad coverage, but the one issue is the linebacker on this play has his back turned towards the quarterback. Higbee can play the ball, the defender can't, and anytime you get these situations, it's good for the offense. It's a great throw and great catch, and they're able to pick up a big gain. And while this was a more impressive play, they were also able to get some easier ones, especially last time they played. So Flores says, well, all right, let's try some other stuff then. Like this, let's just do a typical zone coverage. But the issue with this, and some people have criticized Flores for never doing this, but the Vikings just aren't that good at it. At a certain point, you have to tailor your scheme around the personnel. And the Vikings kind of struggle when they just play a basic zone coverage. Watch, you see that it's going to be Robinson who's running this route. Stafford makes this throw, and there is just a wide open Rams player. When they were trying to play zone, it really wasn't working either. Stafford makes that throw. It's a nice catch by Robinson, so it's good job by them. But at the same time, what do you do now defensively? What's your plan? Well, they did get a 3 and out by kind of applying some pressure on Stafford without blitzing, and then they had the Rams had a penalty kill a drive, so that helped. But then next thing you know, they were down 17-3 and had to play defense in their own territory. Going over here, there was a defensive touchdown, and then very quickly after that, the Vikings went for it on 4th down, did not convert. So now you have this play where again, it's gonna be a blitz here for the Vikings, and to be honest, I think they just screwed this coverage up. Because watch how when this play begins, you see that there's just nobody on the tight end right there. I mean, that's obviously not how you design this play. So, yeah, they just screwed this one up. And Stafford, of course, he notices it right away. Davis Allen is the guy who gets the touchdown there. Maybe they just thought Davis Allen would be blocking. I don't know. But, yeah, that's a tough one right there. But again, give credit to the Rams. I mean, that's kind of what Stafford was doing all game is okay, there's an opening, let me just hit the opening really quickly. Yes, not always the best defense on some of these plays, but that's also what Stafford does, is he notices where the bad defense is. So then the Vikings said, okay, well, what can we do then? Zone coverage isn't working, man coverage isn't working. Well, let's try sticking with man then. And they even would do stuff like this, where it's a man coverage play, but it isn't a blitz. It's a cover 2 man on 3rd down and 6. So for the Rams, they have to find a matchup they like best, and usually that's going to be Nacua. That's where he is on the field. It's him going up one-on-one against Stephon Gilmore, who is a fantastic corner still at this age, but Nacua is just something else. On this one, you're going to see Stafford hits Nacua. So then this drive, this is kind of how this went, was man coverage. Okay, let's find matchups. Let's see if it can work. You have this matchup right here. Again, Stafford takes the snap. They run a play action here. He throws over the middle, and they're able to get a completion. That's a great play by Matthew Stafford, getting hit, still being able to make that throw. I mean, that's good stuff by Matthew Stafford, right? And that's what he's capable of. Also, this play, a 3rd down and 9 situation. So you have, it's Cooper Kupp running a deep shot right here in a one-on-one matchup. So let's, hey, if they're going to, go with an all-out blitz here, let's try and push the ball down the field. Now, I do have to say, when Stafford takes a snap, I don't know if this was intentional, but this ball is underthrown. If he pushes this down the field, it looked like Kupp was running by the guy covering him. Felt like maybe he could get a touchdown here, but Kupp still adjusts nicely to the ball. They get the big conversion, and again, you could be scared off if you're the Vikings, but they stuck with it here. They were able to ultimately get the hold to, force the Rams to a field goal. We then had this situation where it's going to be a pick play here This is something they did such a good job of last game, and even in this game, they've done it a couple times. It's a 3rd down and 10 because on 1st down, they got a stop on a one-on-one matchup down the field. 2nd down, there was a broken play, so now 3rd and 10. And watch that edge rusher right there. Watch what he's going to do. As you see, he just hangs with the play. He reads it pretty quickly, is able to get over and get to Nacua. They don't pick up that 1st down on 3rd and 10. They were converting these earlier this year, not on this one. So definitely, good job by the Vikings to be prepared for it. So that's how they're able to battle in this one. So yeah, I mean, in conclusion, it was a really good performance by Matthew Stafford. Things slowed down a little bit at the end. Part of it was like they got there were some couple penalties that killed some drives. That happened again when after the Vikings punted the ball back to the Rams with 12 minutes left. The Rams had penalties kill that drive. I feel like they could just end it right there. Luckily, the Vikings seemed content to kill the clock, so it all worked out. But yeah, I just thought Stafford did such a good job he recognized blitzes so well. The Vikings couldn't do what they like to do. They kind of were a matchup dependent team, and the Rams were able to take advantage of that. And then when the Vikings tried to play zone, they were able to really throw all over them. Now, the Eagles like to play zone, and they're good at it. So this is going to be a different situation going into Philadelphia. I think it's going to be a tougher matchup. But again, they were underdogs in this game. The Rams were underdogs according to Vegas. But this is also part of why I kind of liked the Rams, and I ultimately picked the Rams to win this game, was because of the Matthew Stafford factor. And I don't know. I mean, playoff Matthew Stafford's a real thing, right? Especially with the Rams. Obviously, that one playoff run, he was so good. And then he had another really good playoff performance last year against Detroit, even though it ultimately did not result in a win. And here, another really good performance. And if you have a quarterback who's going to play good football, like how he's going to do, yeah, look out. So that's really good stuff by Stafford. Even if there were some negatives, and there were some negatives. I mean, the Rams have things they have to clean up. They're going to have to clean up these penalties. That's kind of the biggest thing. And everyone likes to blame the refs when there's a lopsided penalty disparity. But some of it is they're committing too many penalties, right? Some of these are penalties. You got to clean those up. And then the other thing is just something I thought of. I brought it up in the video, the Puka Nacua screen getting sniffed out. Is that a concern? The fact that that's kind of gotten sniffed out, I don't know. Usually, even when guys try and sniff it out, it still works. It's such an effective play. And maybe, I don't know. Is it crazy to try and run a fake screen and then throw down the field? Look out for that against Philadelphia. That might be something you look at. But yeah, those are my thoughts on Matthew Stafford. Every time he's won a playoff game, the Rams have won the Super Bowl. He's only won. This is only the 2nd year he's won a playoff game. Weird stat there. But obviously he won 4 playoff games one year as a 4 seed. We'll see if he does it again. And that started on a Monday night game. So who knows? But yeah, those are my thoughts. What are yours? Let me know in the comments below. Always love hearing from ya. And of course, as always, thanks for watching.